Welcome to my study today. We're going to have a look at those three words, still, yet, and already, which are adverbs of time. English people use these words quite a lot, so if you do know how to use them, your spoken and written English will be an awful lot better. There is an exercise for you to practice, which follows at the end of the video. So, let's get started. Still refers to a situation or an action which is continuing, and generally we use it with the present or continuous tenses. It is possible to use past or perfect, but it's more common with present and continuous. It's 12 o'clock and Peter is still in bed. In other words, he continues to be in bed. But you have to be careful because still is placed after the verb to be, but before other verbs. Just look back at that sentence. It's 12 o'clock and Peter is still in bed. But here, are you still playing cricket or have you retired? You notice still is placed in front of the verb playing. Still can be used in negative sentences. Hoo-yah! Hoo-yah! Joshi still doesn't understand how to play chess. And it's very useful as a discourse marker. Now this is when you're writing and it's very good in your essays, which will get you good marks. It's an old banger. An old banger means an old car in English. It's a colloquial phrase for a really old, broken down car. It's an old banger and it burns oil. Still, it's cheap, so I'll buy it. Now when you use still like this, you kind of make it a bit longer. You say still, as if you're thinking about it. Still, it's cheap, so I buy it. And an equivalent phrase is on the other hand. We can use still to express annoyance or surprise. The bank still hasn't emailed me about my account. And here I'm a little bit exasperated, and so I would stress still. The bank still hasn't emailed me about my account. Very annoying. Are those two still arguing? In other words, I'm surprised that the argument is still continuing. Are those two still arguing? Yet is used for asking when something has or has not happened. It means up until the time of speaking. And here's a typical yet question. Has it stopped raining yet? You could ask this another way and say, is it still raining? And let's go back to Peter. It's 12 o'clock and Peter hasn't got up yet. The placing of the yet is after the verb or the verb plus the object and at the end of a sentence. It's quite common to see this word at the end of a sentence, but it can be elsewhere, so you have to be a little bit careful. Julian hasn't had his breakfast yet, and he's a bit annoyed by the sound of it. And you notice here we have the present perfect tense in the negative, has not had. And it's absolutely the perfect tense for up until now, and so we can use yet. But if the object is a little bit longer, the sentence structure changes. You haven't yet started your homework or tidied your room. Started is the verb. Started who or what. We get the answer your homework or tidied your room, which is the object. So you notice that yet has moved in front of the verb now. You haven't yet started your homework or tidied your room.
No, no, no.
Is the contract ready yet? And a nice short answer, if you can remember this one sounds very English. No, not yet. Already means before now, up to now, by this time, or so far. That covers a lot of phrases, doesn't it? Have a look at this example.
Yummy, yummy.
Rudy has already eaten 3 hot dogs and is starting on his fourth. So you could put all of those phrases in there: before now, up to now, by this time. So already is a very useful little word to substitute those. Already also means something which was earlier than expected. Here's just a plain sentence. He has finished painting. But we can add already. He's already finished. A little bit surprised. He's already finished. And really surprised. He's finished already? You would put some astonishment into the word. He's finished already? And if you're expecting the answer yes to your question, has he finished already? With a kind of inquisitive tone, the probable answer to that is yes, he has. If you've been studying my videos for a while, you'll know there are certain verbs that we don't use with ing endings. Know, understand, believe. We don't say I am knowing, I am understanding. But these verbs go quite well with already. I already knew that. And if you want to be firm or positive, I knew that already. I felt that already. So you have to put a little emotion into the word already when you're speaking. I already knew that. And we can use already when something is already happening or somebody is already doing something. The play had already started when we arrived. Climate change is already happening. If my video has helped you with your grammar, could I ask you to subscribe below and ring that bell? And now let's have a look at the exercises. Exercise 1. Fill the spaces with still, yet, or already. Here are the answers. Next time we shall look at how to use some English idioms in speaking and writing. So, thank you for watching, please subscribe below, and I'll see you next time. Bye!